tend not to be showcased in many situations due to the factor no one really knows what happens to these kids. My point of view, for my most point of view and my most interest, is to figure out what happens to these kids and know and try to figure it out. In an article by Minzu, and there's another few hours that I pointed out in my outline, and if anything I just write it in the comments because it was a lot of doctors who got together and did a research for this. For this also, they talk about during the factor of what happens to these kids mentally, physically, and throughout the period of the years. And this also comes with the fact that they become neglected by their own parents, not because they want to. It's because of the factor that they themselves are trying to push themselves through. This then so says how much kids can evolve a more mental, psychological, more violence type of view. So then this triggers so many things. So what can also trigger these children not to come forward or go forward in their lives is their ethnicity, or the fact their parents are immigration parents, they're undocumented, and they don't get that many opportunities. That is for DACA. They've been recently, just a few months ago, been threatening to take away their DACA because of our president and some issues, and which isn't really good because this is what their parents came here for, which is a better opportunity. So, and overall, this is where I touch base into it because I would really like to know what happens to these kids, what happens in their future, what comes into it, as this also comes into the play of social workers. Social workers tend to help these kids out during these specific moments, but it doesn't help them as much because they have so many cases and so many kids. They don't get to pay attention to these certain ones that have the red flags. That is also one thing I'm also trying to see, because once a social worker gets into place, they get to see, socialize, get with the environment, but they're not such upkeep in situations as we've seen, as I also in the documentary Immigration Nation has shown that many of these kids just get flagged, or in other cases, I can't remember right now, but they've been shown that they do get neglected. It's Gabriel Fernandez. I'm sorry about that. And he had a social worker, and the social worker just read it off, and it was just a tragedy for the kid. This is also why another point of view why I wanted to base with immigration children and children who are neglected at times when they shouldn't be. It's a great horror about that, but this is what I'm trying to point of view to. Try and see how we can help these kids out, trying to see how we can interfere or give them a better opportunity to what is the American dream to them and to us, which we are so privileged to have, since our parents have also, certain of our parents have migrated like mine, but thankfully she's already documented, and we already have a citizenship as my grandparents, which is the American dream, to come here, have a better opportunity for yourself, your family, your parents, and everybody else. Okay, thank you.